Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we're going to be going over the full holiday release for Final Fantasy. There's scene boxes and all of them have been revealed now. So we have the reveal for one of them, which you hadn't seen previously, and the Chocobo bundle, as well as another one of the Chocobo bundle cards here. So today, we're going to go through all of that stuff. They're very, very exciting, but good luck getting any of them and good luck getting them at a decent price as well. So if you guys do want to support the channel, you've missed out on this and you'd rather support my channel, feel free. I would absolutely love it. And, it helped me get to like stuff like packs and everything like that. You can go down to the description and do the comments. There's going to be a link there to my Ko-fi and you can buy a deck list. I will make you a deck for as little as 10 US dollars, or I could do, deck review video, deck reviews, etc. All that link down below. So let's go through it. First of all, these are all going to be available on December the 5th, it said. The pre-orders did go up, I believe, but they're probably already gone. Good luck. Your LGS will hopefully get them, and hopefully your LGS aren't scummy and will have them at a decent price. So there's going to be a promo, first of all, that's going to be showing up at your WPNs. They said something about it being like the Commander Box Brawl, which is where everyone buys a Commander box of Magic, of a set, and then you all not draft, but you craft a commander deck and then verse each other with it. And this was going to be a promo attached to that. Who knows? I hope it's not, because that's bloody expensive to get this promo, but it's also an absolutely gorgeous promo. I love it. It's Yuna in her wedding day outfit. It's stunning. Yeah, no comments. It's really great. So into the actual new products here. First of all, we've got these scene boxes. Each of these is going to have 3 play boosters. They've got these 6 borderless scene cards, as well as 6 art cards of that scene as well. And then finally, you've got 1 display easel to display those art cards. So the first one here is the Garland at the Chaos Shrine. You've got the Warriors of the Light, the Destined Warrior, the Destined White Mage, the Destined Black Mage, the Destined Thief, all going up against Garland Royal Kidnapper. So the Garland here cares about basically stealing things. His whole thing is just theft and stealing opponents' creatures and stuff. The others all care about basically working together as a party. So the Destined Warrior grants all your stuff, like extra buffs, like extra attack, extra power when you attack, based off of the amount of having a full party. Then all the rest of them all have some kind of keyword and then do something alongside that keyword. And then once they've got the full party, they do more. So the Destined White Mage, for example, here has life link. And when you gain life, put +1 counters on things. And then if you have a full party, put more of them. And then finally, the Chaos Shrine's Black Crystal down here is great. It lets you kind of reanimate a creature of your own when a non-token creature you control dies. Exile, and then you can use this to bring one of them back with a finality counter at the beginning of your upkeep. We've got Final Fantasy VIII, the Children of Fate here. So this one here has Squall, Gunblade Duelist here, who, these ones here all care about attacking and combat, right? So Ida up here is at the beginning of combat, you got to steal an opponent's creature, and then whenever a creature you control but don't own dies, you get to return it to the battlefield under its owner's control and draw a card. So you're you're just borrowing their creatures for a bit. Renoa cares about flying and flying creatures and stuff like that. Squall is basically whenever you attack, if you whenever someone attacks one of your opponents, whether it's you or someone else, if any of the creatures have power and toughness equal to a number that you choose, he's going to deal damage to that opponent, which is just really interesting. And then Safer down here does goad stuff. So, this one's here is all around combat and attacking and blocking and stuff, which is really interesting. We've got here the Final Fantasy IX one, the Siege of Alexandria. This is the one that we hadn't seen previously, that they showed on the Square Enix website here. So I was really hoping this had an Alexandria card in it, but it doesn't. It's got an enchantment here for Alexandria, which grants flying, hexproof, and when it enters, you can pay 1. When a creature enters, you can pay 1 to attach it to that creature. The Judgment of Alexander here makes it prevent damage to yourself, and then if damage is dealt to you, your commander will deal that damage back to that creature, which is interesting. A Mega Flare, which lets you create a big dragon, and then for each opponent, choose up to 1 target creature that player controls. Then it's going to deal damage equal to the greatest power among creatures you control to each of those chosen creatures. We've got Amaret Coral down here, who we hadn't seen in the main set, so we get this, like, is Amaret's first card there. He's got Trample, he attacks each combat if able, and then if he deals combat damage to an opponent, it's going to deal combat damage to each other opponent. So, like, an interesting kind of split thing. I think for my Wolverine deck, I think that would be absolutely awesome. We've got Vivi's Persistence here. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token, and then whenever your commander enters or attacks, you can pay 2 to return this instant or sorcery, like this one here, from your graveyard to your hand. And then finally, search for the dagger. Whenever your commander enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a legendary card from a legendary creature card, from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So these all kind of care about, like, your commander-ish. Like, I guess these 3 kind of care about your commander. These 2 are like Spellslinger-ish kind of cards, and then Amaret is like a nice, interesting combat damage. I don't know. It's kind of weird choices, but pretty cool. We've got the Final Fantasy 15 one here, all around, Noctis and his boys. So you've got Noctis, who makes it so that when creatures enter during combat, they get to attach a equipment for free, and he can exile himself and then return during combat, attacking. Fishing Gear lets you exile the top card of an opponent's library and then steal it if it's a permanent. Otherwise, you get to create a fish. Chocobo Camps, a land that buffs up the next bird you cast. Campsite Cuisine makes it so that whenever you attack, you get to sacrifice foods and buff up your creatures, basically, based off how many foods you sacrifice. So, you sacrifice 1 food, you buff up 1 creature. Warrior's Resolve grants all your creatures training, and if a creature you controlled if you control a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it that attack this turn in your end set, you get to draw a card. And then finally, Flash Photography makes it so you get to copy a permanent, and if you can cast it at instant speed with Flash if you target a permanent of your own. So, it's designed to kind of copy your own stuff. All right, we've also got the Gamer Edition Commander deck here. So this is a special edition of the Final Fantasy Commander deck. It's going to come with a promo card, which is this one over here. Special Cloud, Midgard Mercenary, which is a card that you 100% want to add into this deck anyway. But this time around, you've got like the special art from the game, which is hilariously cool. And then you also get a download code for Final Fantasy VII, which is really awesome. And then finally, our Chocobo Bundle. So this is MSRP $110, and these things are going to absolutely freaking fly off of shelves, especially because it is gambling. This is like the most gambly bundle that I've ever seen. It's actually bonkers, which I'll talk about why in a minute. So it's going to come with 10 play boosters, 32 lands, 16 non-foil and 16 traditional foil. Then you've got the 10 Chocobo Foil Trail basic lands, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then you get 2 of 20, so 2 of 20, so there's 20 in the pool, you'll get 2 of them, of the Chocobo Track Foil Borderless Chocobo Bundle cards. Those are all legendary creatures, and they will have that special Chocobo Track foiling. You also get a promo code, which I'll show you in a sec, and then one of the 24 cards from the scene boxes, which I showed you just before. All of those 24 different scene box cards are available. You'll get one of them here. So this is the special promo, Paradise Chocobo here as a Birds of Paradise. It's just a flying Chocobo, and it's absolutely adorable. I love it. These are the Chocobo Bundle arts. Chocobo Track foils. Chocobo Track foil arts. So they all feature different Chocobos doing things. And then you've got the foiling across here that looks like a Chocobo's walking across your land. I want to see what that looks like in real life, because looking at it like this, I feel it doesn't going to do any kind of, justice to it, because it just looks like it's stamped on there. But assumedly it's like, invisible ink kind of foiling, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. And then finally, the 20 different potential promos. So you'll get 2 of these promo legendary creatures. Now, they haven't shown all of them yet. They've shown 16 of them, I believe. which means there's still 4 more to be revealed, but we'll see what those are eventually. But, you know, we've got cards from basically every game. They all have, well, not every game, like a bunch of the different games. They all have, like, you know, special new art that features chocobos or adorableness and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you got Final Fantasy 6 down here. You got Final Fantasy 7 up the top there, Final Fantasy 9 over here. And yes, that is a new Vivi. That is a new art for Vivi, which is bonkers. Then we've got Final Fantasy X up here with Yuna, Waka, Riku, and Lulu. And then Tataro, Snapcaster Mage, and Estidian from Final Fantasy XIV. This Snapcaster Mage is a new one, obviously. We haven't had a Snapcaster Mage from Final Fantasy before. So that's completely new reprint, completely new art. And the Chocobo here had, Choco had not been seen before. They showed this one as well within the Square Enix reveal of this stuff. So that's a new one that we haven't seen previously before this video. It looks adorable and I love it. It's so cute. I'm really happy with that. I also love Lulu here with all her little what are they, like doll things? She had, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but she uses them in combat. She holds them, they give her power and stuff like that during combat. But yeah, as I said, you know, this isn't all of them. That's only 16 of them, so there's 4 more that we haven't seen yet. As I said about it being gambling, though, all of these are, you know, new arts and everything like that. So it's hard to kind of judge as to how expensive they're going to be. But if you have a look at some of the previous ones, first of all, Vivi is already $32. Already $32. So this card is going to be, we know it's going to be very expensive. Snapcaster Mage, the previous, like, Japanese waifu version of it is over $1,000 already from the thingy deck. And then 14 cents here for Estian. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys had a wonderful day and goodbye.